guys, welcome back to another video on the channel. In today's video I'll be going over my mid-season ladder predictions, so how I think the season will end up at the end of the year. So yeah, I'll be going over where I think the ladder will be, basing it off this season. You know how it works. We'll be doing the Brownlow, Coleman, Premiers and Norm Smith as well, and Rising Star of course. So yeah, before we get into the video, make sure you guys do leave a like and subscribe. It really does help out. And if you do have any mates, make sure you do. If you think they'd be interested in something like this, make sure you tell them to check it out. So we'll start off with the medals first. Rising Star, I've got Nick Dacos. You could argue someone like a Nick Martin, but Nick Dacos is just way more consistent, I feel. And the thing is, he's only 18 and he kicks like a Scott Penderbury. He kicks it just pinpoint, never misses a target. He's a great kicker footy, great player. I love watching him play. As a Pies fan, I got this new Pies jumper as well too. But yeah, it's really good to watch him play. I can't wait to see his career in the next couple of years. He should definitely win the Rising Star this year. If he doesn't, it is rude. The Brownlow, I've got Lachie Neale. He's having a ripper season. I think he'll get his second Brownlow medal. Every time you watch a Brisbane game, he usually is the standout player for the Lions. So yeah, it's between him, Cripps and Brayshaw, I feel, and Cripps and Brayshaw are just a little bit inconsistent. I think that what's his name, Neale, is a bit more consistent than them, so I got him winning the Brownlow. Common medal, I've got Jeremy Cameron. I think he'll win it. It's between Max King, Jeremy Cameron, Charlie Curnow. I would have went Tom Lynch if he didn't get injured, but I'm gonna go with Jeremy Cameron. I won't do the Premiers and Norm Smith until the end. We'll go over the ladder now. So in 18th, I have West Coast. Obviously, they're having a shocking season. Will they win another game this year? I don't know, but I've got it. I think you have to put them in last. North, you could argue North should be in last, but I feel like they're a bit better than West Coast. West Coast, they just don't perform. So I got them in 18th. They're a shocking side, to be completely honest, and I don't see them improving at all. If they made the 8, I will literally, I don't know, I got my footy card, I'm ready. I'll rip every single footy card I have from this year if West Coast make the 8. 17th, North Melbourne. Again, same thing. They could easily be last, but I think West Coast just a tad worse. I got North Melbourne finishing in 17th. Nothing, special, but I got North in 17th. In 16th, I have Essendon. So the Dons, they were expected to make the 8. Most people predicted them to make the top 8. I did, but they have just not performed this season, and I don't see them going anywhere. So I got them in 16th. Although I'm filming this Friday in the middle of the day, and I believe that they will upset the Blues. But I think they're not a good side, so I've got them in 16th. In 15th, I've got Adelaide. They had a pretty good start to the season. Around round 5, round 4 to 6, they looked like they could be contenders, but contenders for the 8, not contenders for the flag. But no, they just have not performed the last couple of rounds. They're in very bad form. So I got them in 15th. Right, who's gonna make it in the bottom 4? Hawthorn. That was very terrible. But Hawthorn I got in 14th. They're a bit of a weird side. They're the most inconsistent side in the AFL. I think I have to put them in 14th. When they play good footy, they can upset teams like Brisbane. And who else did they upset? Geelong. Brisbane and Geelong. But I've got them in 14th. I reckon next year they're a shot at the 8. They were a shot at the 8 this year, but they're just way too inconsistent. So I've got them in 14th. In 13th, I got Port Adelaide. They had a shocking start to the season, and that is exactly what cost them. So I've got to put them in 13th. They're just not a great side, if we're going to be honest. I got to put them in 13th. They're they've been alright in the past couple of games. They nearly beat Richmond yesterday, but I just have to put them in 13th. I don't think any of the teams above them are all better than them, so I have to put them in 13th. In 12th, this might be a surprise to some people. I got the Bulldogs, so they're just not a great team this year. Like, most people expected them to make the top 4. It's a bit of a tricky one because you'd think a team that has players like Bond, McRae, Smith, Norton, even Alex Keith's been in some pretty decent form. Like, you'd think that they'd be making the 8 pretty easily, but they're just not. They're not looking like a good side. They can't beat top 8 teams, so I've got to put them in 12th. In 11th, I've got GWS. They nearly beat Brisbane. I heard they were the better team, and they absolutely smashed West Coast, so I think they deserve to be in 11th. They could finish higher, but I think I just have to put them in 11th. 10th, I have Gold Coast. Definitely a finals contender. They have played some really good footy this year, and I think they could make the 8, but I just don't think they're as good as the teams like Collingwood, Richmond, and them teams, so I have to put them in 10th. They are playing some very, very good footy, don't get me wrong, and I would not be surprised if they make the finals. It would be good to see them make the finals for the first time, but yeah, it'll be interesting. In 9th, I have the Richmond Tigers. We finished 9th again. The Richmond Tigers finished 9th again. No, this isn't a joke. I've had a look at Richmond's run home. I've had a look at Collingwood's run home. I've had a look at Sydney's run home. Those were the 2. I knew the 2 of them would make the 8. And Collingwood have an easy run home. Sydney, theirs isn't too bad, but Richmond, they have a pretty tough run home. I'm pretty sure they've got like Geelong, Freo, Brisbane. Like, they've got some tough games. So I had to put them in 9th, unfortunately for them. So, which means I have Collingwood in 8th. So, got the Pies in 8th. We're having a good year. As long as we win the games that we should be winning, we should make the 8. We have a pretty easy run home. The only real challenges we have are Melbourne, GWS, because they usually beat us. I think we have Carlton again, and Essendon. The only reason I put Essendon there is because Collingwood and Essendon are big rivals, but you'd think they beat Essendon anyways. So, yeah, I got the Pies in 8th. I definitely think we're a finals contender, and I've got us in the 8. In 7th, this might be a surprise to some people, I've got Carlton. So, I feel like at the end of the season, the last couple of rounds, they're just going to have a bit of a form slump and lose a couple games. Some teams will, but yeah, I got Carlton. They've lost a couple games that they should have won, like Gold Coast. You can't be losing to Gold Coast if you're a top 4 team, so unless it's in the wet, Freo. But yeah, so I've got Carlton in 7th. In 6th, I have Sydney having a good year, but they're just a bit inconsistent. Yeah, it's a bit of a tough one, the Swans. They win games they're not expected to, and they lose games that they're not expected to. So they're they're not as inconsistent as Hawthorn, but they are an inconsistent side. So I got them not making the 4, but I definitely think they are a top 4 tender. Every team from 6th on could make the top 4, but yeah, it's a bit of a tough one. In 5th, I've got Saints. I feel like they're a good team this year, but it's going to be when they verse finals teams that's going to make them struggle. I just feel like in the finals, I feel like they'll go out the first round. They just can't really beat teams in the top 8. But I had a look at their draw, and they don't have the... Actually, no, I didn't look at their draw. What am I saying? I looked at Sydney's draw, not theirs. But yeah, I got them in 5th anyways. They're able to... Yeah, I think they'll finish 5th. I just think they will. That is all I have to say. In 4th, I got Geelong. I feel like people are a bit hesitant at Geelong. People are just underestimating them a bit. I think they're a very good team, and I've got a bit of an unpopular opinion here. I think Geelong's best is better than Melbourne's best, but Melbourne are just more consistent. So that's something I have to say. But You might disagree, you might agree. It's a bit of a, I don't know why I keep putting my arms up. I don't know what it is. But yeah, I got fourth in Geelong. I got Geelong in fourth. Yeah, that top four run home is going to be, it's going to be interesting to see who makes it. So I think I got to go with Geelong in fourth. In third, I got Brisbane. They're in a bit of a form slump at the moment, but they should find their form back, and I think they will do enough to finish third. They're a good side. They're just a little bit inconsistent this year, losing games to like Hawthorn, nearly Collingwood. I can't think of anyone else. So yeah, I've got Brisbane in third. I think they should make the four pretty easily. In second, I've got Fremantle. I think that they're a real good team this year. As long as there's no wet weather finals, they should be fine. But I think they'll be able to adjust to the wet from here on. And I've got them finishing in second. I cannot talk today. In second. They've been a very good team this year, the Dockers, and I think they're definitely a flag contender. First, that leaves Melbourne. This one's tricky. I could easily put Freo first. Melbourne, they're in a form slump, but you'd think they would bounce back. They're not going to bounce back to Collingwood because we're going to beat them. But after their bye, I think they'll be back in action, and I think they'll win the rest of their games, except for like one or two. So yeah, I got to put the D's in first. I think they're too good of a team to put in second or third. A couple of days ago, I said somewhere that I put them in third, which I don't agree. I think it was the Imperfect Professionals podcast, but I've changed my mind with the D's. I was just a bit hesitant of them, but now I think they will finish first. So yeah, now this is a bit of a tough one. The grand final, I have Fremantle versus Melbourne in the grand final. I think the scores will be Melbourne 85, Fremantle 62. So a pretty low scoring grand final, but I think the D's will go back to back and will be premiers again. Norm Smith, I have Clayton Oliver, so I think he'll have a very good game. So I've got him winning the Norm Smith. So those were my ladder predictions. I don't know what I'm saying at all, but yeah, cheers for watching the video, guys. Tell me what you agree with. Tell me what you disagree with. I want to know. I want you to give me some crap. You can call me biased for putting Collingwood in the 8, but we are making the 8, mate. We are making the 8. Yeah, so like, subscribe. What else? I don't know. Anyways, I will see you in the next video. Bye.